Next is the CEO and co-founder of the Dutch-based cryptocurrency project Effectai. His project Effectai is building the architecture for an open, democratic, and decentralized network for artificial intelligence. They have built a platform called Effectai with over 5,000 human members who earn cryptocurrencies, the cryptocurrency EFX, for helping AI developers label, structure, and prepare data for machine learning models. With over 7 million data annotations completed on the blockchain, clients and partners such as Kraft Heinz, the government of Singapore, and the United Nations, and now Acoin, we're doing some pretty special things. I am the head of that project. I am here to present it to you. We've kept things pretty undercover in the crypto scene over the last few months because we have been building our client base, building our technology, but I'm ready to show you at BlockDown what we at Effectai are building. Let's jump in. So, Effectai, an open, democratic, decentralized network for artificial intelligence and machine learning development. The artificial intelligence industry is set to be a $16.2 trillion economy by 2030. But who the heck cares if it's going to be major corporations that are going to get the bulk of that money? These big corporations like Google, Facebook, Twitter, and even governments across the world are building artificial intelligence behind the scenes of their big corporations stealing data and building that out. And if you ask my friend Elon Musk, he'll be the first one to tell you how dangerous it is to keep it in that circle, to allow corporations to have the power to continue to develop AI behind closed doors. So he is behind an initiative called OpenAI. It's not similar to Effectai, but it has the same ideals to open up data. So you have centralized AI developers like Google and Facebook. These are people that take data and they structure it and they build algorithms and AI systems, like I said, behind closed doors. Now, there is a battle and a fight that we can actually win here, and it's very interesting. Google and Facebook and these big tech giants, they still need human influence to actually structure data in a lot of cases. Effectai, we actually have a global network of humans that help structure data sets and keep it open and honest for people to build on this network. I'm going to get into a few things, but make sure that in the future you're on the right side. Now, this is kind of funny. Elon Musk, he talks about the threat of artificial intelligence, and whether it has weight or not, I think we need to listen very closely to that man and be on the right side of the data economy and artificial intelligence and where it's going. So I'll present to you what we call the Effect Network, which was written in a white paper back in 2017. And since then, we have been building this network. And it unfolds in 3 overlapping phases. The first phase is Effectai. Effectai is a human global workforce of people distributed and decentralized all over the globe that help organizations, people, and AI developers structure vast quantities of data at scale. So if you're familiar with the platform from Amazon called Amazon's Mechanical Turk, it's exactly the same as that, except it's open and it's democratic and it's decentralized. So anybody can structure data, they can upload data into this system, they can curate a workforce to structure and label data for them, and then in return they get high quality training data to build their AI algorithms or AI services. Next is the second phase, which we call the Effect Smart Market. This is basically a catalog of AI algorithms and services that you will be able to incorporate into your digital processes for your business. These are just AI services. So essentially, this is an app store for algorithms. You go there and you can deploy them onto your system. But what's better than that is the smart market and Effectai, the human workforce and the algorithm workforce. We combine these two workforces to create very, very complex digital pipelines to do complex digital systems for companies. And then the third phase of the Effect network is called Effect Power. This is essentially a global supercomputer of computation to actually run the algorithms that are within the Effect network. So very much like the project Golem. Golem is the exact same thing as Effect Power, except we're actually creating and helping companies build AI services so they can actually use our network in the future. So where are we today with this pretty ambitious project? Well, I work with the best team in the world here in Amsterdam, some of the best technicians in technology who are behind some incredibly great things now behind this project and some of the things that we are building. Effect Force, the MicroTasking marketplace with our global workforce. We've already got, this is an old slide, we have over 5,000 humans that are registered and can work on our platform from many different disciplines from over 95 different countries. Every single task that they do for our clients, they get paid in cryptocurrencies immediately. There's no waiting for monetary banking systems and all of these broken systems that tend to be part of our lives still somehow. They get paid immediately on the platform for doing these tasks. Now, this is really crowdsourced work. Our workforce can work from anywhere at any time from anywhere in the world. So it's quite a lucrative thing. And now in the face of this coronavirus where people are going, man, is it okay and safe to be in big cities? And was I even okay with being in this big city in this rat race? Maybe I should be somewhere where I got a nice internet connection and can start working on these platforms. Things are becoming possible that never were before, and a lot of people are going to be changing the way they live. Move to Thailand, move to Southeast Asia, move to Africa, work on our platform, make some money. So we have lots of people working on our platform right now. Now, Effect Force and the smart market combined is to automate processes. That's the whole game and the whole deal. That's why we're working with some of the biggest clients right now, solving problems that have never been able to be solved before, using humans and algorithms in tandem to digitize and process data for these companies. So you can see in this diagram, you have half the workforce are humans and half are algorithms. And we structure them in a pipeline that solve a lot of highly complex problems. So what companies do, now you need to remember, this is not a business for us. We have built a protocol, and these pieces of technology of the Effect network are open to anybody to use. So you can go on there, you can design your own templates, you can curate your workforces, you can buy some of our native cryptocurrency called EFX, you can upload that into the system, and then you can pay workers from all over the world. Now listen, in Amsterdam, if I'm going to have an hourly job, I'm going to maybe get 30, 40 euros an hour. But if I move to Thailand and you pay me $5 an hour to do some tasks, I'd be happy as heck because the value is the same. I can get just as much out of $5 in Thailand as I get out of 30 here in Amsterdam. So that when I'm talking about the gig economy and being able to do things from anywhere at any time, this really changes how things work. So you can really curate a workforce to structure and label data for yourself in several different ways. And at several different price points. We have workers, like I said, from all over the world that do several different things. Some of the stuff that you can create with these humans, and you have to remember, you can ask them to do basically anything. We do have a micro-tasking platform, so these are smaller tasks instead of larger tasks. So we can do data collection. If you need a bunch of data collected on the internet or whatever, you can curate a workforce to do that. Data cleaning, which is very frustrating. We had Jesus with us yesterday, Jesus Rodriguez, talking about machine learning algorithms. The biggest pain point is cleaning data. It's very time consuming, and it's fairly simple. It's just time consuming. So our workforces can do that for clients. Data labeling, putting labels and bounding boxes and all kinds of different AI-related structuring tasks on images and pictures. Automation deployment. There's basically many, many things that you can do on our platform. Now listen, this is a protocol that you can build on. You can build a company onto this protocol and you can do whatever you want. There's small network fees that go through that are going to be supplied in our governance model with our decentralized and distributed autonomous organization that's coming up in a few months. But there's just network fees. So there's no big fees coming out of this 50% margin, 60% margins. So we wanted to be the first to create an example of a business on top of the Effect network. We call this Effect Translate. Now there's two sides of artificial intelligence. You have computer vision. So this is essentially teaching machines to see like humans. And then you have natural language processing. This is to get machines to understand language. The holy grail is natural language processing, not autonomous vehicles, not structuring images and videos. That's very high level, but the holy grail is natural language processes, so we decided to take that on. We looked at the translation market and we said, listen, this thing has been doing the same thing for quite some time. We have Google Translate and all these things, but we know it doesn't really work that well. And companies, big corporates and governments and organizations, they need it to be absolutely perfect. It's time-consuming and labor-intensive, but we figured out how to make it not. So we do subtitles for YouTube videos. We do subtitles for a bunch of big corporates, and we do that right on Effect Force. We pay our workers to translate subtitles, to create closed captions for our companies. Some of the other things that we do in regards to natural language processing is text classification, text recognition, text extraction, entity recognition, transcriptions, but where we really love to play ball is on text translations. So I'm just going to illustrate exactly what you can accomplish if you wish to do so on Effect Force. You can copy what we're doing. That's fine to have competitors, but you probably don't want to because we're very, very far ahead of the game. We've created a bunch of algorithms. We've proxied algorithms from all kinds of different companies. The best of the best algorithms are in these pipelines, and this is kind of how it goes. So media goes in. Let's say you're looking at document translation, which we're doing for some very major clients right now. We have some workers that are going to create a glossary for this task. Then it's going to go to an algorithm. The algorithm is going to detect the language. And listen, there's about 14 or 15 algorithms in this pipeline and even more human influence there. But this is just a kind of an example. After that, it goes to the next algorithm that's going to do a machine transcription and do a little bit of machine translation. We're going to refine that with a human workforce very quick to structure it and get the context of what's going on there. We're going to put it through a grammar check. We're going to put it back through the machine translation. Then we're going to have our humans go through and structure and make sure that everything is correct and proper, brand names are proper and everything else. Then we go to grammar and spell check again, and then we go to a master proofreading and editing process. And then the output is there. We're already 75% faster than anything that's on the market, anything that's on the market that we can find. We're also 60% less in cost than anything that's on the market as well. So needless to say, it's easy for us to sell to these clients. And again, remember, there are some nice profit margins on this when we are doing this with these clients. We pay our workforce incredibly fair. We pay them, 15, 20 euros an hour for some of the positions in this translation engine. But we're also making incredibly big margins on this because we can keep costs low with all of these algorithms in the pipeline and having humans really doing simple tasks of just structuring small bits of these translations. We have recently done 1.9 million words for Kraft Heinz in a matter of a couple of weeks, which would have taken months from all of our competitors. So this is just an example of how to use humans and algorithms in tandem to make an automated process. So we're not finished here. Effect.ai will continue to build software solutions on top of the Effect network, but that's the deal. Now, every single task that's done on Effect Force is paid out in our native cryptocurrency called EFX. EFX is what you need to fuel this system. It's a utility token, and you curate a workforce, you put a price on it, that workforce can accept that task, they take on that task, and then they get paid immediately on the blockchain. Now, Ethereum's a bit slow, Bitcoin's a bit slow, so we have built our protocol with the EOS blockchain because we have half-second block time. So as we're doing hundreds of thousands of data annotations a day, we need a scalable blockchain. We're blockchain agnostic, EOS, Ethereum, whatever. I have my favorites, but the software behind the EOS blockchain works brilliantly for our platform right now. Now, a big thing on the adoption of these crypto projects, I see a lot of them, and then I dive deep, and I'm confused, and I'm fairly technical. My boys are very technical, and it takes some time to figure this out. When you go and register as a worker, as a human in our workforce, you go through a little tutorial to get your EOS wallet. It's connected to your account, and you have a dashboard where everything's there. It's gamified. It looks like modern technology, modern platforms, even better than modern platforms, and you can get to work right away and start selecting tasks and qualifying. There's a reputation system for our workers to make sure that they're doing high-quality work at all times. So yeah, that's some of the stuff that we're doing. The secret weapon is obviously blockchain. Because it's borderless technology, blockchain, we can acquire workforces from anywhere on planet Earth. It doesn't matter if they're at the very lower end of Africa or if they're way up north in China. It doesn't matter. If they have an internet connection, some of them should be using a VPN for sure. We have one worker in North Korea, don't tell anybody. But yeah, you can basically jump on here and start earning cryptocurrencies from anywhere in the world, and we don't discriminate geopolitical problems, anything doesn't matter. It's instant, immediately. There's no banking system. You don't have to wait 2 or 3 weeks. If you're working on Amazon's MTurk, you're going to wait 2 weeks for payment, or they're going to pay you in gift cards that you can't even use in the country that you're working. And then, yeah, like I said, cutting out the middleman. You don't have to pay large fees and stuff like that to get your stuff done. If you're an AI developer, build your tasks and data structuring needs on our platform, and you're not paying a third party to get that done. Some of our clients already, and like I said, a lot of people in the crypto space don't even know who we are, and we've liked it that way until now because we decided we need to build something tangible and real before we start to excite people about what we're doing. Because I feel we're one of the best crypto projects in the space right now, and I can show you all kinds of data that shows that we are. But one of the biggest things is that we have clients and partners like Kraft Heinz. We did incredible amounts of data structuring for the government of Singapore. We're partnered with the United Nations, doing all kinds of social good activities, and we've had dozens of clients over the past I would say year. We are also working with the United Nations in the country of Georgia to build what we call Effectai and blockchain centers to allow people access to our platform in a physical location, and also teach them accelerated learning programs and business development to have these self-sustaining hubs all over the globe. And if you were watching yesterday, you will know that we partnered with Acoin to build the same kind of hubs in a co-branded Acon Effect Opportunity Center in Africa. We're going to bring that initiative to Kenya and then across Africa. Yeah, so that's the social good. AI for good is really behind what we're talking about. Humanity first. This is really, blockchain and cryptocurrencies are about human beings, and that's who we're thinking about. And a circular economy, especially with our opportunity hubs, to allow people to work on these platforms, give them some additional skills in development, AI, blockchain, and educate them so they can broaden their horizons and open up new opportunities for them. But then also create business developers within that organization to get clients in and around that region and area to create a sustainable hub that can run by itself. And that's basically the Effect network and my project. So I hope you enjoyed that presentation. I haven't done a big presentation publicly like this before. We have really tried to keep our technology and what we're doing under wraps, but there you have it. That is the Effect network.